No, not really. It doesn't really matter in a video game. Graphics, I don't think should be something that should be part of a video game or should be looked up upon as something that is very important in a video game. If your number one idea to make a video game is to make it have good graphics, you have failed as a freaking game developer. That should not be your number one priority in a game. Your number one priority in a game should be the game itself, the gameplay, the characters, to a certain extent. But the number one priority in games should just be the gameplay itself. If the gameplay is good, you're gonna make good sales. If the gameplay is crap and bad, you're not gonna make any sales. It doesn't matter who or what. If the gameplay is good, you're gonna make good sales. So that's my short answer. So let's get longer. So the graphics, I think graphics in video games are pretty cool. It is. I like it. Like take for example Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that game in terms of graphics and world design, I think that's really cool. I think it's probably like one of the best looking games out there right now. Last of Us, also really good. Detroit Become Human, really, really good. And there's also some good other ones. But making a game look good in terms of realism shouldn't be the number one priority. Actually, it can actually damage a game uh, significantly as well. Take for example, literally any Ubisoft game that came out this year, not this year, but last year, 2024. They prioritize graphics and some other political bullcrap rather than actually good gameplay, like Star Wars Outlaws. I think Star Wars Outlaws looks pretty cool. I think as a big Star Wars fan, I think Star Wars I think Star Wars Outlaws was a pretty cool game. I like the not game, but I think it was a pretty cool world design. But the gameplay itself looks freaking obnoxiously boring as crap, like an actual Ubisoft slop fest of an open world game. I don't think that was a good game. And there were some other examples out there that I don't want to get into, but take that for example. If I don't know, if you focus on graphics as your main priority in the game, and you say, you know what, guys, we are making graphics the number one priority, and we're gonna do everything else, some other time, like we're gonna do, game, but we gotta do graphics first, make sure it's good. If that's your mindset in making a game or other, game developers out there, that is not good. It should not be. Your number one priority as a game developer should be making a game. That's good. Make it gameplay. Think of gameplay. Whenever you think of a game, think of gameplay first. Or if you, your next thing should be story. And other than that, that should be a main priority. Make a good game. Make it good. Make it memorable, and make it so that people can play it for a pretty long time. Because if you make actual slop trash, well, the graphics are really, really cool and realistic. Well, every time I look at the screen, I miss look at it as something like it, like an actual like cool looking image or like a realistic looking image. But if the gameplay sucks cock, then that's not good. It shouldn't be like that. So graphics shouldn't be the number one priority in the game, cause it just shouldn't be. Now, obviously, there are games out there that have good graphics, and that also have good gameplay. Like Red Dead Redemption, I think that has pretty good graphics and also pretty interesting gameplay. Everything about it was so real. What's some other ones? I think Detroit Become Human was also a pretty good game. Decision games. I like decision games. Decision games get kind of like a little like exception because it's more of a story like game, but graphics doesn't have to be everything to make the game good. Like graphics doesn't equal game good. Game being good equals game being good, not graphics being good equals game good. Take for example my favorite horror game of all time. Believe it. I mean, you probably think to yourself, Isaiah, well, your favorite horror game might be Resident Evil, or your favorite horror game might be, Outlast. Well, no, it's not even a freaking triple A horror game or double A horror game. It's an indie game. It's an indie game called I'm Scared. I'm Scared has pixelated graphics. The graphics in I'm Scared is obnoxiously horrible. Like if you move, or if you look at something far away, the freaking anti-aliasing it sucks. I mean, it looks bad. Like when you walk, if you're looking somewhere and you walk backwards in that game, it gets more like pixel, 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 till it's like a single pixels on there. But the gameplay and the story and everything about I'm Scared is amazing. It's good, and that makes me want to play it and leave good reviews. Just because a game has good graphics doesn't mean that the game is good. It can have cool world design. It's cool. I mean, if a game has pretty cool world design, there might be games that will sell it because of the world design. I can't think of any games on top of my head that has cool world design and bad graphics. I mean, cool world design and bad gameplay. But you know, uh, toss that aside. Graphics. I mean, it's crazy that there was some developers that think that graphics are main priority, and I'm looking at you, Ubisoft. That's why I'm looking at you, Ubisoft, because that's what they've been doing. And if you prioritize good game, make a game good, make gameplay good, make gameplay number one priority, because it's called a game, not a movie or a freaking real life. If I want to do something, if I want to shovel something in real life, and why do it in a freaking game? I can just do it in real life. Actually get some exercise, freaking get out here, get out of this freaking cave, this freaking man cave, and actually go outside and shovel. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's not. I'm not saying that graphics shouldn't be existing. I'm not saying that graphics shouldn't, good graphics shouldn't exist in games, because there are some games I like out there that has good graphics and really cool graphics. Audio too. Uh, those are some examples. I can name more, but not off the top of my head. But those have good graphics. I'm just saying that if graphics are a number one priority, and if you want to hide behind the fact, well, if the gameplay sucks, that means you have to make graphics good. No, that doesn't work. So this video was something that I just wanted to talk about for a while. I probably didn't explain it as good as I wanted to think of it, but I'm pretty sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. I like graphics. The graphic, there are some games that have cool graphics, like Unrecord, that cool little game there. Freaking Unrecord looks like actual real life FBI, and it's just like gun gameplay. That's it. So, yeah, I just want to talk about that. Just let it off my chest a little bit, and just saying that graphics shouldn't be the number one priority in the game. It shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. It should be gameplay first. Gameplay should always be first. Alright? That's it. Thanks for watching.